Hi guys, it's me Nikhilesh and welcome to my lab in which today we are going to do another experiment. Hooray! We are going to do the famous hydrogen peroxide elephant toothpaste experiment. My camera is wobbling a lot. Very nice. But we are going to do the elephant toothpaste experiment, which is basically the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. So in this reaction, hydrogen peroxide employs a catalyst which does its work for him, as hydrogen peroxide actually always keeps on decomposing into water and oxygen as it's such an unstable molecule. So in this reaction, we are going to step it up a bit by the help of a catalyst such as potassium permanganate. Now I know people do this with potassium iodide too, and potassium iodide actually gives better results, but as I'm doing it at my home lab, I don't have potassium iodide, so I'm going to do with this potassium permanganate. And to make this reaction seem a lot cooler, we are going to use soap to produce massive enormous amounts of foam when we add potassium permanganate into the hydrogen peroxide, as it will release oxygen at a very rapid rate, and thus in contact with the soap it will produce massive heaps of foam. So that's why I cannot do it in this room where all my apparatus is keeping, so we are going to do it outside. Okay, let's start. Here is my setup for now. Here are the chemicals. First of all, there is the potassium permanganate, which is the catalyst which decomposes hydrogen peroxide. Here is hydrogen peroxide, 6.5 milliliters. As you can see, it's probably written here, 6.5 milliliters hydrogen peroxide. As I could not get a hydrogen peroxide of a higher concentration, so I decided to go with 6.5 only. And we're also going to take the help of these graduated cylinders to measure the components of the chemicals we are going to put. So let's get started with some soapy soap. I'm going to use Prill, as it's a type of soap which is used in washing up of utensils. So it is guaranteed that you will get massive amounts of foam from this guy. But you can approximately use any type of soap as long as it produces a lot of foam. So now what are we going to do is we are going to shift my camera here a bit. Then yes, I'm going to put some of this soap into this 10 milliliter glass Borosil graduated cylinder. I'm going to put approximately 7 milliliters, as it seems a proper number, as well as 7 is related to heaven, so why not. And as you can see, I put it a bit below the 7 milliliter mark because there is massive amounts of foam here. And I did that because when the foam will actually explode, the foam bubbles will actually burst, they have some liquid inside them, so they will hopefully make it up to the 7 milliliter mark. And I'm going to put the potassium permanganate in this 25 milliliters plastic graduated cylinder, and we are going to do the main reaction in this 50 milliliters big Borosil graduated cylinder. Okay, I have my spatula here, but as we are going to put the potassium permanganate in an antiquity, I don't need the spatula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this, a lot of it in here. Look at that. Now it is almost up to 7 milliliters in this, which is pretty good as we have the same amount of soap in both of these. As you can see, this is the 5 milliliter mark, so 2 more levels, and this is 7. So we're gonna use the soap to dissolve the rest of the potassium permanganate first. There we go. And we're going to stir it up a bit so that we can get a better and smoother reaction hopefully. Now you need to dissolve as much as potassium permanganate in soap as you can, but the thing is that potassium permanganate sort of has a low solubility in soap than it has in water, because soap contains soap and water, so a lot of spaces in the intermolecular spaces in the water is already taken by soap, so it's sort of not that good. Now at first I tried to add potassium permanganate, I mean hydrogen peroxide into the potassium permanganate, but that didn't work that well. So this time we are going to do the reverse and put the potassium permanganate into the hydrogen peroxide. Now to hopefully get the best results, I am going to use this 50 milliliter Borosil graduated cylinder, and we are going to fill it up to the 15 milliliter mark, as you can see here. So yes, let me shift my camera a bit close. There we go. The stand is kind of shaking. There we go, nice. And we are going to use this hydrogen peroxide, which I already showed you. And this time they have started selling it in black packs. Yay! Because at first they used to sell hydrogen peroxide in these types of packs. And hydrogen peroxide, keep in mind that hydrogen peroxide also decomposes in air, so keeping it in a white container was probably not the best of the idea. But you know, it's India, they get a bit of time to realize. But now thankfully they have put this in its respective container, as it is supposed to also be put in chemistry labs. So I'm going to fill it up to the 15 milliliter mark. There we go. It's a bit cloudy, but that's okay. I'm going to actually fill it up to 20 milliliter mark so that we get more good results. There we go, nice. And now we are going to add the potassium permanganate soap solution into the hydrogen peroxide. Now it's fizzing a bit because I first tried this reaction, and potassium permanganate strains are kind of hard to get rid of. So yeah. So now we are going to shift our camera outdoors. Yes, that is the best place, I think. So we are gonna position this camera like so, and let me get my stuff. Now as you can see in this solution, we have our hydrogen peroxide in this graduated cylinder, and in this graduated cylinder we have our potassium permanganate in soap, which is the catalyst for this reaction and which will decompose the hydrogen peroxide to release lots of foam and stuff. Now note, this is a home experiment. I mean, I am doing this at home, so I may not have the best quality of the chemicals or the best hydrogen peroxide elephant toothpaste performance you ever saw, but this is just a sincere effort to show other people that how to do this experiment at home without the need of potassium iodide and other sort of things like that. You can also use yeast instead of the potassium permanganate if you want, because yeast also gives a very good result. Nerdridge actually also did this experiment, so you look at his video too. So here we have these two chemicals. Let me shift the camera even more closer for some amazing suspense. Dun dun dun. I will open the tripod stand now broadly so that it is the best of the best, and I'm gonna zoom the camera so you can get the full telecast of this stuff. There we have it. Okay, these two chemicals will make our experiment and hopefully our day too. So let me shift it up a bit by the help of my awesome camera thing. There we have it. And now the sign of truth. Here is the hydrogen peroxide and here is the potassium permanganate. Experiment. Go. I spilled most of it, and most of it didn't even reach the hydrogen peroxide. What? But nevertheless, even that was a bit of hydrogen peroxide that created quite a bit of mess, didn't it? Just for the record, I'm going to put a bit. There we go. I dyed it a nice purple color from the top. You like it? Nice. It's slowly diffusing into the hydrogen peroxide, but still. So that was homebrew elephant toothpaste. Homebrew. So Hopefully, guys, you liked this experiment, and I will continue to post further videos about this. Okay, oh my god. Ah, sorry, zoomed it up a bit accidentally. So, hopefully, guys, you like this experiment, and you can do it probably better than I did because I don't know the physics of this stuff, and the way that you are supposed to put it. But there you go, just for the proof of concept, that's pretty good. Look at that mess. Oh my god, it's going to take some time to clean up, and I'm not fond of cleaning up. Get out of my face, you fly. So thank you guys if you watched this experiment, and please keep watching, like, comment and subscribe for more of these experiments. And I will probably try to post them every day, but if you're getting this episode like after a delay of 3 or 4 days, please don't judge me. It was the internet was not functioning that good, and for some reason its speed was abnormally slow. So bye guys, and see you in the next video. Take care.